Injector replacement guidelines for E366, E474, E494, VEDX5 and VEDX8 engines. Objective: by the end of this video, you will be able to understand fuel system diagnostic procedure, procedure for injector back leak test using DA light tool, injector testing using injector testing tool, injector replacement basis back leak test and using injector testing tool, general safety and tool handling guidelines. Need for injector replacement as part of diagnosis for vehicle reported with a complaint of engine cranking but not starting, as part of diagnosis for vehicle reported with a poor pickup complaint, as part of injector related DTCs, as part of injector electrical and mechanical faults diagnosis. Fuel system pre-check points: check fuel level in the tank, check fuel line for leakages and any pinch or kink, check for fuel filter clogging or choking, check injector solenoid electrical connections, start the engine and check the fuel return line to verify fuel is coming out or not. Check commanded rail pressure and actual rail pressure using DA light tool under life parameter. Check the injector resistance 0.3 to 1.1 ohm. Ensure injector side connectors are fitted correctly. If found loose, tighten it with specified torque and sequence to avoid excessive back leak. Perform injector shutoff test for E366, E474, E494, VEDX5 and VEDX8 engines using DA light tool. Park the vehicle in a flat surface. Apply the parking brake. Ensure gear lever into neutral position. Connect DA light tool into DLC connector. Go to the Advanced Diagnostics option. Select the Test Operation option. Select the Injector Shutoff test from the list. You will enter into a new page which contains the notes and the preconditions. If the preconditions are attained, select the injector shutoff test for each injector by pressing the Start button. Observe the variation in sound and vibration from the engine. If you observe variation in sound, means that particular injector is functioning okay. If there is no variation in sound and vibration, means the injector is malfunctioning. Now, let's understand how to perform back leak test for E366 and E474 engines. Disconnect the injector's return line. Connect the back leak tester pipes to the injector return line. Start the engine and keep it in idling RPM for 2 minutes. And then switch off the engine. Now measure the fuel back leak quantity for all injectors. It should be 15 ml. If injector back leak fuel quantity is more than 15 ml, means there is a problem in the injector. Now let's understand how to perform back leak test for E494, VED-X5 and VED-X8 engines. Back leak value for E494 Bosch VED-X5 and VED-X8 engine should be 10 to 15 ml per injector. Check the back leak of injector for E494 and VED-X5 engine. The cumulative back leak should be less than 60 ml for 4-cylinder engine and 90 ml for 6-cylinder in 2 minutes engine idling RPM. If back leak is more than 60 ml or 90 ml for respective engines, then we need to check individual injectors one by one on injector testing tool and find out the faulty injector as per procedure explained. Now we will understand how to check injector back leak and spray pattern using fuel injector testing tool. For E366, E474, E494, VED-X5 and VED-X8 engines. First, we will understand about tool. Fuel injector testing tool assembly consists testing equipment for testing of 12-volt and 24-volt injectors using different electrical connector with switch and fuel side connectors for Bosch and Denso injectors. Note: side connector not required for Delphi injector. Injector spray and back leak test procedure. Install the injector on the tool. Fit the side connector and tighten using 19 mm open spanner. Connect the fuel pipe to the injector and tighten using 19 mm open spanner. Fit the transparent tube at the return line to measure the back leak. First tighten the pressure relief valve by rotating clockwise direction and then rotate approximately 90 to 180 degree anti-clockwise. Build the pressure using hand lever and maintain the pressure between 3000 psi to 4000 psi. That's 300 to 400 bar. Caution: after building pressure, check the leakages. Connect the electrical connector to the injector and switch on the toggle switch to check injector spray pattern. Caution: proper electrical connectors to be selected and ensure that shorting is not happened. Note: check injector spray at least 3 times at constant pressure 4000 psi. If the pattern is not okay, replace the injector. Simultaneously, check the back leak of injector. After checking the spray pattern, rotate the pressure relief valve anti-clockwise and then remove the connections as shown. Similar procedure to be followed for BS6 Bosch and Delphi injectors. Do's and don'ts. Do's: goggles and hand gloves must be worn while operating the testing. Good quality fuel to be used for checking the injector. Pressure relief valve to be opened before disconnecting fuel lines from injectors. Seal the fuel line pipes and fittings when disconnecting fuel lines. Injector tip cap to be used whenever storing the injector after testing. Clean up fuel spills immediately. Pressure gauge to be calibrated every 6 months. Check fuel filter 5 micron at every 6 months. Ensure correct seating of copper washer on injector tip. Don'ts: do not view directly spray pattern in the injector testing tool, as there will be high pressures involved and spray from the injector can potentially cause serious injury. Once 4000 psi pressure is reached and lever getting hard to press, then do not apply further force to avoid any consequential failure. Don't leave power supply line hanging. Don't perform testing without 5 microns fuel filter. Thank you for watching.